The kingdom of God is within you. These are some of the most mysterious words ever spoken by Jesus. But what did he really mean? Was he talking about heaven? The church? The end of the world? Or something much deeper? In this episode of Internet Capsule, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood teachings of Jesus, the kingdom of God. And trust me, this isn't what you were taught in Sunday school. Let's start with the obvious. Most people hear the phrase, kingdom of God, and instantly picture heaven. Clouds. Angels. Harps. A paradise you go to after you die, if you're good. Others think of it as the final judgment, when Jesus returns to destroy evil and rule the earth. And then there are those who equate it with the church, an institution run by people, doctrines, and denominations. But here's the problem. When you go back and read Jesus' words in the Gospels, what you'll find is that none of these definitions really fit. In fact, Jesus repeatedly said that the kingdom of God is already here, is not of this world, and is something you can find within yourself. So what was he talking about? To uncover the true meaning, let's go straight to the Gospels. Here's what Jesus says: the kingdom of God is not coming in ways that can be observed, nor will they say, "Look, here it is," or "There, for behold, the kingdom of God is in your midst." Luke 17 verses 20 to 21. And again, the kingdom of God is like a mustard seed, it is the smallest of all seeds, but when it is grown it is greater than all herbs. Matthew 13 verses 31 to 32. And again, unless you become like little children, you will not enter the kingdom of God. Mark 10 verse 15. From these verses, it's clear that, it's not a physical location. It's not just in the future, it's already present. It requires a transformation of the heart. So could it be, a state of consciousness? Think about it. Jesus constantly used metaphors, parables, and symbolic language to explain divine truths. So when he said, kingdom, he probably didn't mean a literal monarchy with castles and thrones. What if the kingdom of God is actually a spiritual reality? A higher state of being? A new way of seeing the world? A place where love rules instead of fear, and unity replaces division. When Jesus healed the sick, forgave sinners, or included outcasts, he would say, the kingdom of God has come near. Why? Because the kingdom was breaking through, right there, in that moment of compassion, truth, and transformation. Now let's zoom out. In Jesus' time, the people of Israel were under Roman occupation. They were expecting a Messiah to come with military power, to overthrow Caesar and establish a new kingdom on earth. But Jesus flipped the script. He said, "My kingdom is not of this world." John 18 verse 36. He didn't come to start a revolution with swords and armies. He came to start one in the hearts and minds of people. He wasn't interested in politics. He was interested in transcendence. That's why he preached about loving enemies, forgiving endlessly, and storing treasures in heaven, not on earth. This wasn't a political kingdom. It was a spiritual uprising. To truly understand what Jesus meant, we need to study his parables, because almost all of them are about the kingdom of God. Let's look at three of the most powerful ones. 1. The parable of the mustard seed. The kingdom starts small, like a seed, but grows into something massive, where birds can nest. Translation: a small act of love or faith can ripple out and become a force of transformation. 2. The parable of the hidden treasure. A man finds treasure hidden in a field and sells everything he owns to buy it. Jesus is saying, once you glimpse the kingdom, even for a second, you'll realize it's worth giving up everything else. 3. The parable of the yeast. A woman mixes yeast into dough until the whole batch is leavened. The kingdom isn't flashy. It works in silence, invisibly. But over time, it transforms everything. These parables make it clear, the kingdom isn't somewhere else, it's happening right here, right now, beneath the surface. Let's pause here. What Jesus was offering was revolutionary. He wasn't saying, follow me so you can get into heaven later. He was saying, follow me so you can bring heaven here, now. He challenged the idea that holiness was about rituals, rules, and religious institutions. Instead, he said the real transformation happens within. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. In a world obsessed with status, control, and fear, Jesus announced a kingdom of love over law, grace over guilt, presence over performance, unity over division. No wonder the authorities were afraid. Let's go deeper, into the so-called hidden Gospels. In the Gospel of Thomas, a text not included in the Bible, Jesus says, "The kingdom of God is inside you and it is outside you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will realize that you are sons of the living Father." This isn't about dying and going somewhere else. It's about awakening, right now, to your divine identity. And when enough people do that, the world begins to shift. The kingdom becomes visible. So here's the tension: some of Jesus' teachings suggest the kingdom is already here. Others suggest it's something that's still coming, a future reality. So which is it? The answer might be both. Theologians call this the already and not yet principle. The kingdom is already present, in moments of love, truth, and justice. But it's not yet fully realized, because the world is still waking up. It's like a sunrise. The light is here, but the world is still turning toward it. Let's make it personal. If the kingdom of God is not just a place, but a way of being, then the question isn't, how do I get into heaven when I die? The real question is, how can I live in the kingdom, now? That means, seeing every person as sacred. Choosing forgiveness over vengeance. Practicing compassion, even when it's hard. Letting go of fear and embracing love. Living from the inside out, not by the rules of a broken world. This is kingdom living. In a way, Jesus was an architect, not of buildings, but of a new consciousness. He wasn't trying to build a church. He was building a new humanity. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. That prayer isn't about escape. It's about transformation, starting from the inside. When enough people embody that transformation, the kingdom becomes visible, in neighborhoods, in politics, in relationships, and in the human heart. So ask yourself, where am I holding on to anger, fear, or control? What would it look like to live as if love were the only law? Can I recognize the divine in others, even when it's hard? Because that's where the kingdom begins. Not in cathedrals. Not in clouds. But in the quiet revolution of your own soul. So, what did Jesus really mean by the kingdom of God? Maybe it's not a destination. Maybe it's a dimension, one we access through presence, awareness, and love. If this video made you think differently about Jesus' words, hit the like button, and subscribe for more deep dives from Internet Capsule. Share this with someone who's been searching for more than just religion, someone who's ready for awakening. And remember, you don't have to wait to enter the kingdom of God. You just have to open your eyes, and open your heart. Until next time, stay curious. Maybe it's not up in the sky, but here, among us. Hidden in plain sight. And maybe the journey isn't about waiting to be saved, but about becoming the kind of person through whom the kingdom comes.